Hi guys, welcome to HR Fundas and I'm Disha. In today's video, we are going to discuss about some questions that might pop up during your interview if you're appearing for a senior level HR position. So let's begin. Now, before we start with the questions, there are certain tips that I want to share with you, and these are shared with all the in all my videos that I prepare for interview preparations, and that is you should have an Excel sheet or some sheets where you keep on writing everything that you do on a daily basis. That will help you summarize whatever you are handling, what your achievements are, as and when you handle a tricky situation. Maybe you can write that down as well. So it will be like a good reminder of what you have done so far, and on the go you can access this file. If it's a Word file or an Excel sheet, you can save it in your phone, and while you're on your way, even when you're sitting in the office waiting for the interviewer, even then you can access these files on your phone, and you can be well prepared, because a lot of questions are asked which are basis your experience and basis the situations that you have handled in your career. So this kind of a worksheet really helps you go through everything in a very short span of time. Now the first tip is that your resume should only mention what you have handled so far. So most of the questions that you will be asked during the interview will be related to your so what you have mentioned in your resume. If you have not handled a situation, please don't mention. If you have mentioned, please make sure that you are able to answer any questions or cross questions that come up during the interview about that situation. You should have a lot of real life instances, because it's a senior level situation position, and here you are required to do a lot of troubleshooting and handle conflicts, handle employee relations. So a lot of real life instances will be asked, and it will be good if you are well prepared for those kind of situations. Cite instances which are bigger in proportion. So don't say that I manage or I supervise leave, attendance, or maybe data management. So these are not the kind of questions that you will be asked, or not the things that you are expected to do as a senior level HR person. So please make sure that you are aware of what a senior level HR person should be doing, and that is what you have to speak. When they ask you what you have delivered, please focus on what I have done, not on what my team is capable of doing. So because it is a senior level position, they want to understand how strong of a personality are you. Showcase your profile in a manner that you look like a senior person and not somebody who is doing day-to-day transactional HR activities. If you do not know an answer, please don't beat around the bush. Just say that this is what I've handled so far, but in case a situation like this arises, this is what I'm capable of doing, or this is what I think should be done. So that should be a good enough reply to the interviewer. Now, what is the first question? So let's say if you are from a generalist role, so they might ask you, why did you choose a generalist role and not a specialist one? So your answer can be that I started with recruitments, or I started with employee engagement, and then when I went forward, there were a lot of things that really interested me. I was interested in handling more than what I was given, and slowly I started diversifying into other HR functions as well. Now let's say they ask you why you are in a specialist role and not in a generalist role. Why? So you can say that when I started my career, I started with employee engagement or maybe recruitments, but when I started working, there is so much that you can do. Looking at the size of my organization, I have to look at so many sources of recruitments, and I have to keep on tying up with campuses or evaluate candidate profiles so I can better my recruitment techniques. Or we are recruiting from so many sources, or the attrition level is very high that we have to spend a lot of time recruiting, and hence I have stuck to recruitment, or maybe you have stuck to employee engagement. So whichever field you are in, you should be able to justify why you are in a specialist or in a generalist role. And you can also say that I have learned so much from my from this experience, and you can list down all the learnings that you've had so far. Now the second question can be, have you handled trade unions and how is your experience? So first of all, if you have handled trade unions, then say yes. If you have not handled, please do not say yes, because then you will be in a very, very bad situation, because handling trade unions is a totally different ball game. I have made a video on trade unions as well, so you can go through that. You will get a lot of more knowledge on what trade unions are and how they function. So mostly trade unions are made for employees who are at the junior levels. When they are not happy, they go out, they form unions. There are some external agencies also which are helping them, and once you have a trade union in your organization, then they become like a stakeholder in your organization. You will have to keep them posted about everything which is happening. They can come and question you if you have been unfair for any employee. So if you have handled, please go through or make a list of some situations that you've had with trade unions, or if you have heard of some situations, then probably you can keep those ready, and in case a question pops up, you can answer those questions about trade unions. Here, do not mention your day-to-day interactions, like when we frame a policy, we inform the trade union, or maybe when the increments happen, so we talk to trade unions. You will be asked specific questions if there was some conflict with the trade union or with some employee where the trade union intervened, and what did you do. So those kind of questions will be asked, so please make sure that you are aware. And who do you deal with in the trade unions, who are you interacting with, how do your employees register. So you need to have all this information about how the trade unions function. Now, the next one is, how can you add value to our organization? So since you are joining at a senior level position, this is something that you will be asked for sure. Even if they don't ask, it will be good if somehow you can convey it to them that if you hire me, this is what you will get. So first of all, you need to know the job description very well. Please go through the job description in detail, what they are writing, what is it that they're looking for. Secondly, if possible, try to talk to their HR or the consultant, whosoever has presented this position to you. Try to understand more and more from them. What is it that they exactly require or expect the person to do? You can, so if the JD mentions very clearly that they are looking for somebody to enhance recruitments or to enhance employee engagement or to cut down on their attrition levels, so you should be prepared for some kind of things that you will implement where if you get this job, then this is what you can do to make sure that their problems are resolved. And if they are asking about recruitment, so you can show your talent that I have already recruited with so many employees in my previous organization. This is my turnaround time for the position. These are the sources of recruitments that we handle, and this is the recruitment cost that is there. This is how I have reduced the recruitment cost. So these are certain things that will act in your favor. Now, the next or the fourth question can be, how can you minimize attrition? So first of all, you should know how much is their attrition percentage, because if their attrition percentage is 8 and you are at 10%, then obviously it's not something that will help you land a job. So you can ask them, may I know what kind of an attrition percentage you have? And then accordingly, you can give them ideas on how you can control the attrition percentage. So most importantly here, what you need to focus on is that employees are leaving because they are not happy. There are the most common reasons for employees leaving are lesser salary, or they are not satisfied in the organization. So now what are the things that you can do? Obviously, if you tell them that I'm going to increase the salary or this is what I recommend, you are not the right fit for them. So you need to come up with ideas which are more focused on employee engagement, talk about their career growth, talk about picking up the right managers, because a lot of employees leave because they are not happy with the culture or they are not happy with the managers. Talk about improving the employee welfare, employee well-being. The policies should be employee centric. Chart out, you should implement employee friendly policies, and most importantly, your employees should be comfortable and should feel encouraged to come to work. So this is the kind of answer that you should give, so that the manager or the interviewer feels that this is what you will bring along when you join. Now, the fifth one can be describe your personality. So again, it's a very relevant question because you are in the HR and you will be joining at a senior level position. So again, it's a very tricky question. Why? Because if you say I am very good with people, then they might feel that you are a weak manager, you cannot get your work done. If you say I'm a taskmaster, then they might um, infer that you are too strict and you are not very people oriented person. So the way you need to present is that I'm very I am a people's person. I work with them and I encourage them to finish their work, to grow in life, and that is like a win-win situation for all of us, the company as well as the employee. So the employee is happy. He feels encouraged to do more work, to do better work rather than being pushed into a situation where he has to feel the burden of the work. Now the sixth one can be how do you measure employee productivity? So measuring employee productivity is extremely important here. You can tell them that we need to frame KRAs for every employee when the employee joins. How do you define the KRAs? What happens when the KRAs are done? You have your mid-year appraisals, you have your annual appraisals. You can do a 360-degree feedback. You need to have KRAs or KPIs in place which are measurable, which are useful to the organization, which are meaningful KRAs. So all those things you will have to mention. You can also ask for client feedback, which can be done maybe once in a while. You can have a client feedback so you know how confidently or how properly the employee is able to impress the clients or take care of your clients. So there is a video which I've just done. I will put the link in the description box and you can watch that. Now, the next one or the last one is what challenges did you face in implementing a policy or strategy in your company? So this question is very important. Why? Because this will tell them that whether you have already done something or not, what kind of strategies are you capable of building, how good are you in executing those policies, and how do you resolve the bottlenecks that come your way when you are implementing the policies. So this is a very important question and you should definitely prepare this question, and there you will be asked in one or the other forms during your interview. So you have to think about one of the most critical situations that you have gone through. If not, please brainstorm and come up with a situation where you have done something like that. What would be the possible solutions? What can be the possible bottlenecks? Were you prepared for those? Were you not prepared for those? If they just came out of a sudden, out of the blue, it just came in, you were not expecting, then what did you do? So being prepared for these kind of questions will definitely keep you comfortable, and it will give them the idea that you are confident in what you're doing and what you and the way you handle your team and your work. So I hope you have liked these questions. I am planning to do a series, so I will do more I'll come up with one more video which has more questions. If you have some questions that you would want me to answer, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.